But a lot of my English students used to like reading Ishiguro.
Ishiguro
Ishiguro.
Kazuya, I don't know. It's not Ishihara?
No, Ishiguro. He had a pale view of hills.
Pale view of hill.
About
青い山脈
I don't know what it was called in Japanese. It's about the like Hiroshima after the war and stuff. Quite. He also wrote The Remains of the Day.
Remains of the Day.
Which was
You know a lot. You know a lot about Japanese.
No, not a lot. But he's quite a famous writer. He lived in England for a while.
Oh, really?
Many years, I think, actually. So he wrote The Remains of the Day is about like being a butler. In Britain. I like his style. Mishima is a bit difficult, but Mishima's crazy. So yeah. Translations, depending on who did it, can be either really over-wordy, because again they try to show how clever they are by translating these highfalutin words, and they can be too heavy. But some of them are okay. I mean, what's her name? Banana. There's a Japanese writer, the woman, Nataka Banana.
Yoshimoto Banana.
That's the one. Her stuff's quite interesting.
Modern writer.
Yeah. I've read a few of her things, and they're not bad. Some essayists get a bit heavy as well. Most essayists do in any language.
How about the newspaper materials such as current topics, using current topics in learning English? Is not a good idea?
Again, it depends on the newspaper.
Depends on the newspaper.
Because any newspaper is not necessarily normal English. It's not necessarily what people are saying. The BBC website has quite a lot of interesting stuff, actually.
Really?
I usually get my news off the BBC website every morning, and the way that's written, especially in the magazine section of it, that's quite good. It's not too crazy high level like Time or Newsweek, but it's still pretty good writing. It's quite,
style, class.
It's quite a nice level of writing. It's not too crazy professorial
professorial.
but it's not low level it's not being dumbed down. So it's quite good. I like the BBC website. And of course it's British, so it's not biased. Whereas the CNN website is very American.
Some say the McDonald news.
Yeah.
Quickly, easily, quickly.
Well, I mean, the thing about
hot, but easily, quickly.
Yeah, exactly. In sound bites.
Sound bite.
That's what everybody thinks about nowadays, isn't it? You've got to get that quick read, one or two sentences to hook people in, and that's what, because people nowadays have very short attention span.
I have those symptoms too. So when I started using social media 2 years ago, so news, so friends share many things. So he created the article or wall and reading some materials, and then so suddenly change the topic, change from happy to sad. sad to happy. So and I also read the CNN their short titles and so it gave social media is a good media, I think. But it might be affect the way of people thinking, attention span.
I think it certainly has, because the worst is Twitter. I mean,
Twitter.
Real. I don't ever look for it. I've never used it, but that whole idea to me is total anathema, and I just can't imagine wanting to read that at all. But Facebook, there are good points and bad points about Facebook. Most of the time, I don't bother reading what people write, and I certainly don't post stuff. I posted stuff on Facebook maybe 3 or 4 times.
A week?
No.
A month?
In the past 2 years.
Wow, really? Wow.
I don't post on Facebook. Wow. What for?
Wow.
My dinner, my lunch is not that interesting. You know, and so I went to this place and I took pictures. Don't care.
So some people in authority said using too much time on social media is the waste of time, because it doesn't engender or generate money.
It doesn't achieve anything. It really doesn't. I can imagine that since Facebook came on, many companies have banned it from their place of work, and I certainly would.
Banned it.
I would ban it.
Ban it.
Hell yes. If I was the boss of a company, I was like, if you are found using Facebook in work, you're out. I would just ban it completely. People waste hours and hours looking at that stuff. When I get home tonight, and I will check Facebook, but I'll go, don't care. Mildly interesting. Don't care. Goodbye.
But Kina-san, representative Kina-san is very good at using Facebook.
Yeah, but that's for her business.
Her business.
For business is a different thing. If you have a business, you want to do that because it's good advertising, it's PR. But on a personal level, why do I want to tell everybody what I'm doing?
Some psychiatrist who is also a movie critic, Shion Kawasawa, he wrote a book, Why Not Make Personal Branding through social media.
That's pretty much what Facebook does, isn't it? And that's where you get, especially on Twitter, because you get followers.
Followers.
And the more followers you have, the more famous you are. Facebook is a slightly different idea, but then on Facebook, the number of friends that you have on Facebook is some kind of quantifier of how popular you are. But I know some people with 650 Facebook friends, and I use
600.
Yeah, but I use friends in a very loose way.
Yeah.
I know I have 65 friends. I know all of them. 650? I don't think she knows all of them.
Yeah. So that's the most difficult part of Facebook. Somehow we have to limit the number of the Facebook friends to have some sort of intense or mature communication.
Well,
you have too many. You can't.
I like
you
to block
spread yourself too thin.
I block people.
Block, yeah.
Because you can block them, which means you don't get any input, but they don't know. So basically, every month or so, or the end of every year, basically, I go through my Facebook friends. No, block, don't care, block, don't care, block, don't. Okay, you're okay. And I whittle it down to probably 20 people that I can actually see posts from. Otherwise, I don't care. You know, I met this person once and befriended them on Facebook. I don't care what they're doing.
It also signifies a difficulty of online activity and offline activities. So if you could, online activity should be covered by offline activities. You have to mix them up.
I don't know. I just.
Well, if I didn't meet Kina-san on the Facebook, I'm not here.
Well, I think Facebook has its uses. Like I say, for businesses, it certainly does. It's good PR. And it's a very cheap and effective way of getting your name out there. But for most people.
And I also thinking about how to use English classes here, but Kina-san used kind of hucksterism. Hucksterism. Oh, if you say that, okay, Kina-san, I do, and then I participated. I'm here. So she sent a message to me on the Facebook message function. Funako-san, why not take our lesson? Well, just check it out. So
that's why you're here. Okay.
Well, I'm very obliged to her. She did very good to me. Yeah, I really recommend her as an entrepreneur. She is the entrepreneur who goes the extra miles for the customers. Also, she's a small company, so flexible or good to us.
As you say, I think she's good at using the Facebook for that. Yeah, again, you know, for companies it has a lot of use, but for me personally, as a private individual, my circle of friends is so small.
So self-employed or small entrepreneur, small company would be better. But big companies, Facebook site. Oh, I just want the company which I'm somehow linked to. Just like, don't leave them. NEC. Coca-Cola, so
those
friends and relatives.
Any big companies like that should have their own dedicated website.
Yeah.
So why do you need a Facebook site as well? I don't really get that, I must admit. But, no, I think the Facebook has an awful lot of time is wasted.
Time waster.
That's the thing that worries me.
Yeah, I was very much chastised. I got a kind of trauma. Ooh, you're wasting too much time. 2 years for only for social media.
Some of these people are serial posters and post, 5 times a day.
But in a way, in a positive note, it's a good way not to be isolated after you retired.
Well, that's the thing. I think a lot of people who post a lot on Facebook are, as you say, retired, and they have a lot of free time. So, they do a little bit of gardening, click, Facebook. For me, I do a little bit of gardening, I go and have a cup of tea. So,
and also, in the fully regimented person, it's very difficult to comment when you meet a higher up person or customers, stakeholders. Wow, I'm cornered. What? How should I comment?
Well, you don't have to comment. That's the wonderful thing about that like button. You're just like, okay, I've seen it. No comment necessary. That's the genius of calling it the like button.
Like button.
They didn't call it the seen button.
Seen button.
Or the red button. I mean, they could have just said Reddit. Boom. No, they have like. That's good marketing. That's clever. I mean, it's again, it's like Facebook friends. It's not Facebook acquaintances. That again gives that feeling of closeness to people who maybe don't have any friends. I mean, for me,
but I really recommend for the senior citizens for using social media in order not to be isolated.
That's fair enough. The only trouble there, of course, is that most of them don't know how to use it.
That's difficult.
Even computers.
Even 50.
Even though, I mean, most of the time it's not difficult. Let's face it. Facebook is easy to use. Once you get used to it, it's very, very simple. But a lot of people will shy away from it purely because it's on the computer. And they think
technophobia.
Can't do it because it's computers. But that's largely nonsense. But anyway.
Time is up.
There we go, Fred.
We're running out of time.
Thank you very much for these.
Thank you. Oh, you're welcome.
I shall eat those when I get home.
No, sorry for not for your. No, for your wife.
No, I'll give one of these to my
Okay.
wife.
Your son.
My son would probably like the cookies. But he'll be asleep by
Is this still? Relax. So rebellious.
Rebellious. Yes. Of course. Hancock. Probably until he's about 25.
25 or more. Oh well, no, he could be a big man or something. Big man is not always a good boy.
Oh no, he's not a bad boy. He's rebellious. As we said last week, that's perfectly normal and natural. And I would be very upset if he weren't. It's absolutely normal for kids to be rebellious.
So, thank you for your time.
Thank you.